What's good? This is episode 12 of the Heavyweight Podcast, and I'm Stutter McFly along with these three guys all around me. Go ahead and state your names.
Kevin Wendell.
Mo.
Beef the technician.
Dang.
That's what it is. So starting off, we're going to get into this. The Lakers finally actually signed DeAndre Jordan. Our takes.
Yeah.
And fuck DeAndre Jordan for blocking my shit in NBA 2K22.
He's on the squad now. He's on the squad. So.
Official.
Just practice. They'll just practice. It's okay.
Right.
Damn, that's cold. I think we need DeAndre Jordan.
No, I think he was telling you to practice in 2K. Well, just...
Oh, me?
Damn.
Practice? We talking about practice? This is practice.
Starting
Man,
off with
DeAndre
violence,
Jordan,
right?
he was just practicing. It's all
Practice.
good.
You talking about practice? But this is practice. Shout out
You gotta
to
do
AI.
one of the half practice. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm cool. I don't think he's. I mean, like you guys said, he's gonna be a huge key portion, and we'll see.
Rim protection. Rim protection.
Yes. I will give him that.
Because the way he threw my, if he could throw anyone shit like he threw my shit a couple hours ago, I got faith.
You take a video of that?
Shit.
You got a video of when he threw your shit?
Mo didn't just throw my shit. He grabbed it and took it back down court.
Wait,
so it didn't even get.
he palmed it?
He palmed it.
Shut up.
Came back down with it. Took it down court.
I would have cut my shit
down
off.
court.
I would have cut my shit off and walk away. I'm done.
I went from
He
having
took it down court.
a 99 belief and esteem to 97. It dropped it down 2 points.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Well,
So
I mean, I think it's a good look. I think
Good luck.
you know, I like DJ. I feel like you said, he's rim protection. I feel like it's gonna be no free buckets. It don't matter if you pair him with Dwight, him and Anthony. It's gonna be hard. Him and Melo. It don't matter what you do. It will be no easy buckets. That's what we need.
I definitely think he's gonna be a good combination with Rondo. Lobs.
Bob City.
I don't think he's running it down court like he did on your game, though.
You know why? Because Russ gonna be like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? LeBron gonna be like, hey, nigga, this ain't the Clippers.
This nigga Kevin hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry, man.
I think this had to do with that gap 2 shit from last episode.
You saying he been waiting to get you back since then?
Yeah.
Whole week.
Oh, man, I love the gap.
I can't.
Oh, no, I gotta save this shit. Oh, I got a good one for the end. Oh, I wanted to tell you now, but I gotta wait. Woo!
So, with that being said, it was a good acquisition. I'm excited for it.
You know,
Yo,
the more I
there
think
better
about
be
these
no
fools, I'm
issues with
happy.
rebounds this season. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None.
With Dwight Howard as well.
You think we're gonna leave the? Well, shit, we're gonna need our perimeter defender to actually put some hands up too.
Yeah.
They're long. They're a long team. They're a long team.
Yeah, the Lincoln. Yeah.
Definitely a long team.
They will be playing at the a 2-3 or 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
I don't usually say this, but I think I was supposed to say pause.
So, moving on. It's about to be football season, or it is football season, and I'm going to delegate to everyone else in this podcast to what their takes on the NFL football season are going to
The
be.
foosball. Well, you did watch the game? Well, you didn't even watch the game, did you?
I saw the second half.
Damn. Anybody watch the game, Keith?
I watched the game. I saw the second half.
No, I was moving still. I was trying to
Randy,
catch
I
it on the highlights.
I didn't watch the goats.
Oh, the self-proclaimed goat and then the anointed goat.
The anointed goat. Now, who's the self-proclaimed? Antonio Brown? He really called himself the goat.
The fan base does, so you know.
They're smoking dope. They're smoking dope.
They ain't all they smoking.
Who you think's taking it this year, though?
Taking everything?
Yeah.
It's too early to tell. It's NFL. Injuries. One injury can change the whole season.
Okay.
I expect my team to go 3-14. I have no faith in the team whatsoever.
Who's your quarterback?
Jalen
High,
Hurts.
right? Eagles.
Jalen Hurts. If we win more than 3 games, it's a success for me.
Yeah, you guys ain't gonna win shit.
Honestly, all I really want is just to beat the Cowboys twice. We can literally lose every other game. If we beat Dallas' ass, I'm happy.
So do you still have good vibes if you lose to the Cowboys?
No, I'm pissed off the next day when we lose the Cowboys.
So do you wear the hat again if they lose to the Cowboys?
Hell no. Not the next day. I wear it when I'm trying to get the vibes back.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Damn, he just said y'all niggas gonna lose.
I'm going to hold you to it.
I think I'm gonna go either Chiefs, Bucks, or my team, Niners.
What about the Bills though?
They look good, but I don't think they're ready yet.
Go Rams.
They do look good too, though.
Rams got quarterback issues. I don't think Stafford's going to be that dude. Or I don't know. Is it Stafford? Who's the guy that got?
For the Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I actually think Arizona will be better than LA this year.
That defense is for the Rams, though. That's what's gonna do it.
That's
for
it. But then again, we live in the past. We live in a offense-heavy league, so
not true.
The defense has to be flawless, or they're gonna
defenses still win championships. The offenses are just as good as the defenses now. But when they hold teams down, we gotta do is score 14.
But I'm saying with the defensive penalties now, it's easier for offenses to score. So and you have certain teams that know how to manipulate the system, and it makes it easy for them to put them numbers up. There's a reason why the Chiefs are putting up 50 points a game.
Yeah, but when they played the Niners, the only reason them niggas lost is because Jimmy Garoppolo threw the ball 80 yards when he should have threw it 50.
I don't even know if the Niners. I don't even know if Jimmy G's gonna make it through the season as your quarterback.
With that. You got a young cat.
What are your thoughts?
I mean,
Mr. Technician.
I don't think he won't say nothing.
I mean, I'm a Denver fan, so. Oh yeah, I'm definitely on that bandwagon. Like,
it's always fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And Roy, if you're listening, yeah, fuck the Cowboys. But you still my dude though.
How you gonna take away from our fan base, bro? It's supposed to uplift.
Nah,
not
when it comes to that.
But see, you gotta understand if you show the Cowboy fans, hey, they'll follow and like the page just to talk shit. So it actually it'll benefit us.
Hopefully you're right, because I don't want to see less likes on the Facebook page and all that shit.
I'll take a thumbs down. That means
they know what it is. They know what it is.
Yeah, it's all about engagement. It's always about engagement.
Most views, but they're hated.
Yeah,
so,
hey,
that happens
that's still
a lot.
Engagement.
Look at Call of Duty.
Yeah. So, hold on real quick. What you thinking, Keith, about your team? How good y'all can be this year?
So I am a dual fan this year. So I'm normally for Denver, but with the passing of my uncle, I've adopted the Chiefs because he was a heavy Chiefs fan. So
we're gonna let that slide this year.
That's gonna be fair, yeah. That's fair. I was like, oh no, and then okay.
Next year I'm gonna say some disrespectful shit. This year I'm gonna slide.
That's fine. That's
the Chiefs.
Ain't that a rivalry?
What?
No. No.
Because one team's way better right now.
What are you sipping on there, Mo?
Good vibe.
Good vibe?
Ooh.
Good vibe.
Wow.
Is that an alcoholic beverage?
It's just good vibes.
What color is it, though?
In it?
What color is it, though?
It's just quality H2O.
You sure?
Yeah, Mama said alcohol is the devil.
It's not vodka?
No, sir. I don't drink vodka. I'm more of a rum, Cavassier brandy, a little whiskey kind of. I'm more of a dark liquor guy now. The older I get,
Dark.
I like my liquor like I like my women.
So moving on, it's official. Max Kellerman is no longer part of the First Take.
Yeah.
Do you gentlemen feel that Stephen A. Smith had any part in him leaving? And what were your thoughts on him as a part of First Take since Skip Bayless left? So do you feel he was a good back and forth? Do you feel like it was good written? Do you feel...
I kind of thought about this a little bit, and I think what it is that you either like Stephen A. or you hate Stephen A. Right? So most people watch the show to critique Stephen A., but at the same time, I feel like Max was more informed and he had better arguments about everything. I felt like Max used the show to elevate himself, and I feel like a better opportunity came and he took it. I don't think it was beef. I don't think it was anything malice. Yeah. I think he had a chance to, hey, I can go over here and do this and get paid more, or whatever the case may be, and he left. I don't think it was anything to do with Steven. I don't think it was anything to do with anything behind the scenes. I think it was just a management of life.
I will say, watching him throughout the years, in the beginning, he sometimes sets him off the wall. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Eventually, he kind of got well-rounded. That's for sure. I can agree with that, especially since before he wasn't usually doing boxing matches, like sitting ringside. So yeah, I could definitely see that. I know the narrative for a while was that Stephen A. had something to do with him leaving, but I don't feel like that was the case. But I know a lot of people wanted to make it seem like that.
He said something.
Who said?
He said he did. Stephen A.
Stephen A?
Yeah. He said, I didn't want him off the show. I was like, oh.
Yeah. My bad.
Well, fuck. But that you said that, I think he's trying to make it look like he's running the show, and Max actually got a better opportunity.
No. But
he's
see, the
probably
thing
just
is, I know Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith had his own talk show. He has a podcast. I know he does most of the NBA stuff for ESPN. But at the same time, I feel like he really only knows basketball and football. I don't think he's a real rounded sports commentator. But I feel like even with Max, I felt like Max does the research. So when he now, like in the last year or two, when Max would have a statement argument, you can tell that he's done the research and he'll have the stats there to prove it. And I just feel like Stephen A. probably felt like he was that guy, and I felt like that's probably what happened between him and Skip. Like it's just like Steve thought he was that guy, and Skip thought I could do better elsewhere, and then
he is that guy.
Who, Steve?
He is that guy. Yeah, he's that guy there. I mean, you could not like him, but he's that guy.
Yeah.
A lot of shit runs through him.
But I mean, it goes back to the last segment. But like we said, they can love you, they can hate you, but they're watching, so it don't matter. As long as they watch it, that's what matters.
Yeah.
But he be on some coon shit all the time.
He ain't Terry Crews bad.
No, he ain't as bad as Terry Crews. He ain't as bad as Terry Crews, but he
knows better to assume that Kool-Aid's gonna be at the cookout.
Well, no, he's actually been at the cookout.
But he also knows that there might be weed at the cookout.
Yeah, they don't like his uppity ass. This uppity ass nigga over here eating ribs telling us not to smoke. Shut the fuck up.
They said that nigga had the worst jump shot in his school. That's why he won the sports news.
Damn.
Moving on. So disrespectful.
Hilarious.
It's all good vibes, baby.
Somebody walk by. Hey man, what the hell was that?
So, Kanye West. Donda album drops. Chris Brown gets offended. Then leaks the song that he's on because Kanye didn't put it on the Donda album. Soulja Boy also gets offended, leaks his song, from the album as well. You guys feel like this is good publicity and press for Kanye to have like these leaks? Does it bring more light to it, or if the leaks are better than what was on the album, do you feel like maybe he made some questionable calls for them not to be on the finished product?
I think at the end of the day, you're still talking about Kanye, and if you're talking about Kanye, it makes him relevant, it makes him marketable, and it makes him money. So whether you like it or not, Kanye's winning.
He's happy.
No,
That's dumb on their part because it could have been a deluxe, but they fucked that up.
yeah, leaking it like
Yeah. I mean, didn't like M just put a whole on his last album. He did a whole B-side and dropped 30 more, like 20 more tracks. Like that could have been coming. That could have been coming. But you know, everybody's mad because you know I don't know. I went on the release. Okay. I mean, like if you go back to that was it music to be murdered by. I would argue that the B-side album is better than the A-side album. Like
you saying that over and over, so I think you truthfully do believe.
I do believe that.
I do
believe that because the B-side got bangers. That shit, and M is rapping. He's rapping on the B-side, but
he's always rapping. He's just
no. But
do you care?
Rapping. He's rapping.
Tends to be my issue with Eminem is he'll rap, but after a while, it's are you rapping for the sake of rapping, or are you rapping to say something?
Well, the B-side had less of that, that speed up. Let me just show you I can rap real fast and have more bars.
Yeah.
I think it's good for Kanye.
Oh, I was
You
gonna
think it
say.
strokes his ego?
What? Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say. I think he probably did one of those numbers with a lot of. I don't want to put quote unquote creatives do, but they do sometimes, especially when they think of themselves in a certain way, where when you're asking to collab with people, you're making them seem like our thing is going to be the shit. So be on this project with me. And I think he probably did that with a bunch of artists, and they was all thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a lit album because my song is on it.
Yeah.
And then the album comes out and you're like, where am I at?
The piggyback off that.
And I don't think there was any, me personally, I don't think there was any plans for like a B-side or a deluxe. I think people are feeling some type of way because they made it seem like you was going to be on the album.
If I was told, I would believe that he had tracks with all good music artists. He had tracks with anybody he was cool with in the industry, and I wouldn't. It wouldn't be far fetched to believe that the songs that he kept off of this, that he would refine, and then in a year release them again as a different project. I would believe that Kanye would do some shit like that, and I think that kind of like what Andy kind of touched on is I do believe that Chris and Soulja, especially Soulja, is cutting this stuff short. Like you could have been, you may not be on Donda, but you might have been on. If there's a B-side, you could have been on the B-side, or you could have been on wherever the next project is.
To chime in, these two motherfuckers also were looking like they were smoking crack rocks a few years ago and talking about boxing each other. So I think they're very well versed in selling themselves short. So I don't think
They could be mad too.
I don't think they.
Chris would rock the shit out of Soulja.
Rocks is the appropriate because they look like they both look like they were smoking something crack rock related. So I definitely believe both of them could sell themselves short and not see the bigger picture.
Druggies are strong.
And Keith brought up an interesting point because as an artist, I was thinking back, I do remember a bunch of times where you would work with other artists and they would come to you, bring up this big idea, you do the music, and then the music never sees the light of day, and you're thinking, damn, man, you said I was going to be a part of that shit. Like, I do see that making you feel some type of way, but as far as leaking it, I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably mad because it was like, man, I thought I spent the verse of my life. This nigga didn't use it. You're like,
and they're usually using him. him as the platform, because Kanye's this big release, and they're like, oh man, this is about to put me back on, and all of a sudden like off of it, like
there was Eddie Kane at home. Hey, I'm on the Kanye album.
I can see that they might have used their contributions on the Donda album to kind of lay the foundation for their next project. I can see that. They probably planned. Yeah, so they probably felt. So yeah, if that was the case, if they were thinking, hey, I'm going to be on the Kanye album, and that's going to lead up to my project I got coming out, and then now all of a sudden you're not there, it's like, okay, well, yeah, that kind of, I'm in my feelings. You kind of fucked me over, Kanye type. I can see that.
So whether good or bad vibes, for them it was, let's set this up for something bigger. Because I know with the Donda album, whether it did good or bad, it was going to be talked about for however long. Yeah. I can see that being making you feel some type of way, for sure.
For sure, well, definitely.
So, going back, I should have brought this up earlier, but Julius Randle does a sneaker deal with his son. How do you men feel like that is good for, I guess, black fathers, and how do you guys feel about that? Like, is it a good look for black fathers to know that we can actually take that avenue? And I've never heard of a artist or athletes doing some sort of business deal with their kid involved, especially a sneaker deal. How do you guys feel?
I think anything that puts wealth in your kid's pocket is genius and awesome.
It is genius. Why? The question is, why has it been done before? And Julius Randle's not this big.
Well, yes, they didn't talk about it. I think Dame put his kids on with their own businesses and stuff, and the cookies and all that stuff. But I just don't think they got any publicity. I think it's dope that there's publicity to it because it's a basketball star. So, of course, he's going to get a little more. Yeah.
But I mean, my only rebuttal to that, Kevin, would be is that Dame was in the industry to where he was already starting business. He knew how it worked. You're talking about Julius. He's just a basketball player. He's not in the room. He's not in the. He's not in the room with a bunch of, innovative. Hey, I got this going on here, that type deal.
For the shoes, and they wanted him, and he knew, like, hey, if you want me, then you're gonna take this. So he does have leverage. He doesn't have to be the biggest star. It's not like who's he get to deal with.
But the question is, how big is the company that he did the deal with? As far as, like, it's not Nike, it's not, because when we speak Dame and other athletes that have done deals, a lot of them doing with the bigger top tier companies. So him doing this is probably with an independent company, and I think it's a good look. And his agents and people around him probably told him it would be a good look. And I think it's a good look.
I'm just saying, I think it's a great look. I'm just saying, I think it's things that have been done before. It's just,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's the one that's publicized for us.
I think it has to be for him.
It's JD Sports and then JD Kids.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So hopefully they blow it up. That'd be dope.
Oh, to segue, not really segue. Let's do a quick promo. Mo, could you please stand up for the people? Let them see that dope shirt you're wearing right now. Yeah,
I like to say that my knees are bad.
Good vibes.
Heavyweight podcast shirts, nigga.
Yeah. Good vibes.
Anyway, back to the podcast.
Good vibes.
Yeah. Big Boy, formerly of Power 106, now of 92.3. It's a star on the Walk of Fame. How do you gentlemen feel about this? And what was your biggest memory growing up of Big Boy growing up? Because we all grew up listening to Big Boy at some point in time.
I'm not the best on Hollywood stars. I don't really care too much on those, but good for him. I mean, he's a hell of a guy. I watched or listened to him growing up. What is it, Luther Lufe? Luther Lufe was my guy.
Luther Lufe.
That's my shit. The prank calls. That's all I care about. I used to listen to that all the time. All the time. The prank calls. He would call down to people. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think
Luther Lufe.
Big Boy is a staple in LA, man. I think he's big time, and he's also big in the community, and I think he's worth it. I mean, he's entertained us for decades. I think he is a star. He's a local star, but he's a star. I mean, he's done if you overlook his role in was it Deuce Bigelow. Overlook that shit. I mean, he's pretty flawless.
Did you say mistake?
Other than that, he's flawless.
Yeah, that was definitely a staple to listen to on the way to school to get the vibe going for the rest of the day.
Phone taps on the 10, man.
Yeah.
Let me hurry up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every morning.
Yeah. I mean, well deserved, man. I'm proud of him, man. I mean,
That duration, that longevity, because he's been around a long time.
and can we dare to say that Power 106 has gone down since he's left?
I mean, they went to Nick Cannon,
Yeah.
bro.
Hey, that's
Ain't no
not
more.
too bad though. Don't get mad at Nick because Nick Cannon's been on every damn network.
But you gotta admit that Nick Cannon can't match the vibe and energy
He's not
of
a
Big
big
Boy
boy. No.
every
Hell
morning.
no.
Man,
Boy, is radio. He's a legend in radio
yeah.
across the board.
Tell you, man, I used to on my part-time days. I only had two things. Since I worked so early, I would catch Steve Harvey show because it was aired East Coast time. But then right at 6 o'clock Pacific, I would switch to Power 106 and get the Big Boy every day in the warehouse. So shout out to Big.
A lot of black men making great moves, and I think it's dope because he is a staple in our childhoods. That's dope.
When I say he's the Black Howard Stern, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I can agree with. I can co-sign that. I can definitely co-sign that. I think he's very important, showing us what we can be if we stick with what we want to do, because he's been doing that a long time. And you could tell the ideas like behind Luther Lufe and all that were these ideas he thought and just kind of built with and grew, and then it turned into now he has a star on the Walk of Fame.
It's the evolution, man.
That's dope.
Evolution.
I applaud that, man. If I had my sound, I would applaud it. But yes, shout out to Big Boy. Oh,
Luther.
also, moving on. Holyfield fighting tonight. Took over for Oscar De La Hoya, man.
Dying tonight.
He's dying tonight.
Heart's this nigga. Come on, man.
Wow.
He's too old, man.
He's
too old.
58.
Come on, man.
58.
Nah, he's too old to be doing this, bro.
This is
He'll be 59 next month.
He already got 1.5 years, man. Come on.
just had
Damn.
one. Damn. Speaking of Tyson, I had the flashback of when he fought. Roy Jones? Remember he was like chunky a month out, and then all of a sudden they showed him again, and he had just got swole. I was, yeah, Roy, you done fucked up.
You see Roy's eyes when he saw him?
He was like, "Who do I need to talk to cancel this?"
Hey.
I'm ready to
probably
breach
felt real
contract.
good about that
I'm
shit.
ready to breach.
Roy said, "This is an expedition. This is not real. This is not a real fight." Tyson's
You know, Roy Jones used to talk
break
with
your
That's a real fight with Tyson.
Roy Jones used to talk with the stutter and shit. So I can imagine that conversation because he probably was feeling really good all the way up until that month before, and then he saw Mike. He said, "Wait, that's not the same nigga I saw a month ago. Who the fuck is this? He's swole now."
Gee, you put up old clips? What kind of bullshit?
Right.
I don't know. I wish him luck, man. I just don't die. Evander, please don't die. Shit, you owe. If you need money, talk to Tyson. I don't know. Shit.
If he goes out, dude, is this the new gladiator shit? They're just gonna put old niggas in the ring?
Yeah, that's the plan. Oh,
He
it
said
makes
it
money.
so Yep.
It makes money.
If Lennox Lewis is fighting next year, boxing is dead. Like
Lennox Lewis, I think Lennox Lewis still fucks niggas up. As little hits as he took, he's 6'6". You're like, oh shit, this old nigga's whooping ass.
But he gotta be in his 50s. Come on, man. You shouldn't be fighting in your 50s, man.
No, you shouldn't.
Come on, man.
This is fucked up. What the fuck else is Holyfield gonna do? Have you heard that nigga talk? Have you heard that nigga talk? He couldn't even sell barbecue sauce. Like, come on, man. I get it. This is what you know. I understand. Right? Go with what you know.
This is what happens when you put a comedian on a fucking podcast and he says some shit that ends up. Fuck, hold up.
I'm sorry. That was rude. I shouldn't have said that about Evander. He's a good guy.
To all my fellow speech impaired people out there, don't listen to Kevin. We can be better. We will be better. We will fight our disability daily, and we will learn. Yes, we may not sell barbecue sauce, but they understand, and they understood what the fuck you said the first time the fuck you said.
With these. That's why they could fight. Oh, you didn't hear me? I'm gonna make you understand.
Kevin, man. Shit. Okay.
Nigga said he can't sell barbecue sauce.
Good. Call Mike Tyson to come help him. Mike.
I'm gonna
Mike
say that
Tyson
shit
came in.
randomly for the rest of the pod. That shit was funny as fuck. He said, "What the hell else is he gonna do?"
Fuck. Okay. Whew. I don't even know if I want to get serious now. You made me laugh. So Michael K. Williams passes away. 50 Cent. Apparently they had a long-going beef. Apparently had to do something with Jimmy Henchman. There's some off-the-wall shit to promote his show Power. Something about drugs. Power book. Tariq should have died. But yeah, your thoughts and takes on 50 Cent using this someone's death as a way to promote, but also in doing so is letting it be known that they never were cool with each other, and pretty much kind of solidifying that 50 Cent is the king of petty and not letting beefs go.
Is anybody surprised?
I'm not surprised, but
The shitty part is
this is cancel culture. Like, they get it. They once they lock in on you, it's.
I
don't think that nigga cares.
I think it was disgusting personally.
Yeah, it's tasteless.
I was just as disgusted as when Pusha used the picture when he's bathroom. I think certain things. I understand you may have beef, you may have had issues, but you don't take death lightly. And if he had a problem with usage, come on, man. I mean, and then you're gonna promote your show where the guy is selling what he, apparently had in the system. So I mean, to me, I don't like it. I mean, 50 does a lot of petty things, and he is him and Drake are the two kings of petty. But there has to be boundaries somewhere. Some parts have to be untouched.
No, we're petty. I mean, it's tasteless, but
Yeah.
50. We knew that, and like you said, death. I agree with you. Should be. Hey, leave that alone. Paid the ultimate price. But we're talking about somebody who's dealt with death on a like regular level, who was like nothing to him. So he is wrong. But I don't know. It's gonna be hard to see 50 get canceled to me.
It's always
I
foul.
don't see him getting canceled, but shit.
Yeah,
feel like
that's rough.
I feel like it's always foul play when a rebuttal can be had.
Yeah, no, it's wrong on all levels.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. He's a dirty. I'll leave that.
But rest in peace to the deceased man.
Yes. Yes.
And prayers to his family and his wife and his son. His son found him. So that's strength.
Did he?
Nephew.
I thought it was.
Yeah. 'Cause I heard something where they said his son found out getting off of a plane, like going on to the internet. So he didn't even get it from family. It got
Oh,
from the
okay.
internet.
I thought it was okay.
I believe his nephew went to do a wellness check on him and found him.
Yeah, I know they said they hadn't heard from him in 2 days, and someone.
Yeah.
But I thought it was his son who went and checked on him. So,
It was his nephew that looked up.
That's rough. That's always rough.
Everybody has their demons, man. We fight them one way or another.
That was rough. That was rough for me. I had a whole lot of demons with that, but I finally kicked those somehow. I guess having a family does that. I think that's a big fear. It was a big fear. Like that was like the last thing I wanted was like my family finding me. Like you can't imagine that. Like I try to like not imagine it, but then you imagine it, you're like, like they gotta live with that forever. So hopefully people figure out this fentanyl shit is real shit. I don't know if that's what happened to him, but
yeah,
it's in everything now.
It was laced with fentanyl.
That shit's in everything now. Like it's scary. I think I was lucky enough to do it. Sorry, Andy. I was lucky enough to do it before all that.
And with that being said, this month is Suicide Prevention Month.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Death. I mean, yeah. So,
you always gotta reach out. I should have the number. I didn't have the number. That's wrong on me, but they say, I think Roy said it best. Always check on you from strong friends.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Like, you never know what something is behind that smile. There's some demons sometimes.
I know, especially in our culture, as a black man, you don't show the pain, you don't show the frustration, you keep pushing, and then anything at some point there is a breaking point, there is a boiling point. Shit can happen. So it is always wise to check in on your friends. Just a simple, you good? You need anything? Yeah, you ain't gotta ask them what's going on. You don't need a long, drawn out description of how they feel. Just a simple, are you good? You need anything? That's it. You know what I mean? You don't. That's all it really takes. You don't have to be inclusive or intrusive, rather. So check on your friends, man, and your family, and your kids.
I gotta get better at that sometimes.
And your kids, because kids these days are different from when we growing up, man. Check on your kids.
Yeah,
I can attest to that shit.
Let's put that out. The suicide prevention hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Never hesitate to call. Never hesitate to call.
Continuing with the same sentiment of dark times, today marks the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Yes.
I wanted to pay respects and to all the people lost at 9/11, and we all at some point talk about where we were when we found out that the Twin Towers that fell that day. Just go around the podcast and talk about what you remember, how it made you feel. Whoever wants to start can go ahead and jump in.
I was getting ready for school, I remember. When I think it was my mom, or one of my parents told me to turn the TV on, and they're like, something happened to the World Trade Centers. Like, I didn't really know what the hell the World Trade Centers was. I've never been in New York, but when you turn it on, you see building on fire. You're like, what the hell happened? Like, and then, like they said, a plane hit it. So you're thinking, oh, the plane went off course. And then you see the other plane go in, and oh, this is something different. Like, I remember driving, we were talking about listening to, what were we talking about, 92.3 The Beat? Just listening to Steve Harvey. It was Steve Harvey on the radio, and this tower fell. And like, I remember him just like shocked, like, oh my God, it came down. And I just kept turning different stations. They were all talking about the same thing. It was like surreal. Like, I think it's different now that I'm older and like understand like the finality of all that so fast. All those people, like the difference they had to choose from jumping out of a window or burning. Like, I can't even imagine that type of shit. So that's the type of stuff I take out of it when they never forget. It's not the vengeance and all that shit. Like, that shit was gonna happen. Like, we're gonna do something different. We're trying to get there anyway, but it's more, so many people didn't go home. A lot of people didn't have their family come home, and now we still got first responders dealing with it. So yeah, that's what it means to me with all that.
I vividly remember I was walking in the second period. I was in 10th grade. They turned the TV on and saw the news. First plane that hit. And same boat. I didn't know. I was like, well, okay, I don't know what the trade 10 Twin Towers is. I've never been out of. At that point, I've never been past Nevada. So. But I do remember thinking, like, man, like, I always felt like, I said, man, I feel bad for. I immediately felt bad for the people above where the plane hit. So I said they're probably they're done. There's no saving them. And I kind of said I just wish the people below had enough time to get out. But and then later, after everything went down, and then you hear about how the building really wasn't structurally sound and had failed codes and all that stuff. I feel like it made it worse. Like it. But I just remember it was a lot of grief, and a little bit of disbelief. Because I feel like as Americans, I mean, we're kind of spoiled. We're not used to things like that happening. Of that magnitude, where it's that many people at one time. But it definitely was a dark day. Definitely was a day to remember, and a lot of families were broken up. A lot of mothers lost children. A lot of fathers lost wives, sons. And it's a sad thing. You don't want people to experience loss, even though we know it's a part of life. But that's just not the way to do it. Something like that. That's just not the way to do it. So. But yeah, definitely. Shouts out, hats off to all the first responders, firefighters, NYPD, anybody who helped, anybody, doctors, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but I remember that vividly. Yeah. Rough day.
Same thing. I was getting ready for school. I remember my mother coming in and she's like, "You gotta look at the TV." And so I go in there and was watching the news report, and I remember her saying, like, "Is this real? Like, why are they showing a movie this early in the morning on what should have been news time?" And because it was just that far-fetched. Like, even though I've never been to New York, I knew about the Twin Towers just because of certain movies or TV shows, or like the last bombing that happened there. I do remember hearing about that, even though I was pretty young. So for one of the towers to be on fire and it was a plane that hit it, it was just surreal. Like, nah, that don't happen. And we're still watching it, and it's starting to come around like, damn, like really a plane hit one of the towers. And then the second plane hit. And I remember as soon as it hit the building, there was just this, it's hard to describe. There was just this feeling of I felt heavy in that moment, because like, I understand it now that I'm older. Didn't really understand it for a while back then, but that's when it connect. Like, no one had to tell me that this was purposeful. As soon as that second plane hit, I think even my mind back then knew this is wrong. Like, obviously it was terrible, but something terrible. I just witnessed something terrible just happen live on TV. and that's saying something because I mean I've watched the news. I've seen high speed chases end bad. I've witnessed the North Hollywood shootout live. So I just remember my mom looked at me just completely stunned, and I was late to school that day. As a matter of fact, at first she wasn't even going to let me go to school, and I don't even remember what discussion we had for me to finally go to school, but I don't even remember if we even had classes that day. I ended up in, I think they called it like a special study hall, and we were all in the class, and they had TVs in there, and we was watching everything unfold. We unfortunately had to watch the fires grow, seeing people jumping, and then got to see the towers fall. And I just remember that whole day. I was both numb and not really scared, because I mean, part of me knew it's happening on the opposite side of the world. Even with everything else that was going on that day, like the Pentagon, the plane coming down, there's that part of you that's like, okay, that's happening on the other side of the world, essentially. But at the same time, like, even then, I realized, like, there's a ton of people that just lost their lives today that are not going to be here tomorrow, that should have been here tomorrow. And yeah, it was, I mean, even like, it was hard. It was hard to, there was no shying away from it, because A, it was on the news, B, everybody was talking about it, and it was just, and that heavy feeling did not go away for at least a good like month, because it was just one of those things. Like, I've talked about it with a couple of people before. I believe the feeling I felt was I don't want to say a trigger, but something changed that day. Yeah. And I think that's what that feeling I felt that day was like. I don't want to get into like any like I kind of joke about it sometimes, not the event, but just like how I always talk about, man, we're in the worst timeline, blah blah blah. Like, I felt a shift that day. That's the description I'll give. I felt a shift that day, and I feel like obviously things changed after that, but I don't know. It was,
the world ain't been the same since.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was also rough finding out like people you knew that lost loved ones that day. Because it's like you don't know what to say, because something like this hasn't happened before. So it's like if someone dies from natural causes, or I don't know, gun violence or whatever, like you it happens often enough that you kind of know what to say a little bit, I guess, depending on the person. But this was brand new, and it's like, how do you talk to somebody that lost someone in such a way? So that moment in time will definitely stick with me for the rest of my life.
I remember waking up turning on the TV for some reason. I never used to turn on the TV in the morning, but I turned on the TV and I saw the second plane go into the tower. And I thought, like he said, I thought it was like a movie. I was like, what the fuck is this? I realized it was live footage. And like, what the fuck is going on? And then I sat there for a couple minutes. My dad came in the room and he said what had happened, that he had heard what happened, and he was coming in to the living room to confirm that that's what was going down. I went to school, and at this time I went to Ramona High School, and I got out and there was a bunch of visuals around the flags where people were in a circle praying about everything going on. I remember feeling like this is the most oddest energy that I've ever experienced up until that point about anything. I remember walking into class and the teacher being focused on the television and saying we're not doing anything today other than seeing what happens and what develops. And I just remember that was one of those days where it just really kind of like this amplified feeling that just shot across the entire country, and just seeing it like firsthand, just seeing how it affected everyone instantly. Just threw me for a loop. Because that situation sucked. Just to hard to describe as far as just seeing how it affected so many people, and seeing that to that degree, the tragedy that could be a part of our country, and know that we got to see firsthand in our coming up, because a lot of times we read about it in history books about things that happen, and we usually never get to see it. But in that instance, you had to realize that day that you were going to be a part of something that you can say to your kids or down the line that I remember that day and when it happened. And that was one of those things where you don't want to be a part of that history, but it happened. Rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives. That was a horrible day.
That's a tragedy we got to all experience live.
Yeah.
Like dramatic.
So, moving on. Britney Spears finally gets her justice. What are your takes on her finally seeing some sort of right movement in her with her life?
I mean, her father petitioned in the whatever, what's it called, the courtship or whatever. So I mean, it still has to go in front of the judge, but it's as far as her legal team is concerned, it's a win for her. She's one step closer to having control of her own life again. So wish her the best.
Good for her. Don't fuck it up.
I think it's a trip that she was this big name, big piece of a lot of our youth, and to see that like her life turned out for her to be this can't and for herself image that they try to throw out there from the whole going crazy, shaving her head, to the whole Kevin Federline situation, so all that, to now just to trying to just gain back something. It's crazy to me, because when I was 12, 13, I wasn't thinking of her in that light. I was thinking from a 13-year-old perspective, and I should have Harry Palm.
Not the only one.
I'm just saying, it's a trip to see that someone could like we look at them from a different light because we're growing up and we're like, wow, this, and then to see that she couldn't even, like, she was just trying to get some sort of normalcy to her life when she was coming up, because for her, the people around her, she was money opportunity.
Yeah.
She was a financial gain.
Piece of property.
So, yeah.
She was the bag.
And she did certain moves as people in those situations do. They try to grab something, they obtain something, they'll jump onto something. Oh, you're showing me attention that no one else did. Let's get married. Let's do this. Let's do that. And snap, just because she wanted some sort of normalcy to her life. She wanted to be able to say something was hers and not feel like she was just a financial come up for her own family.
Just a piece of art.
Yeah. So good for her to push towards that.
I hope it goes well. I really do.
Me too. So I'm gonna bring it up, but this is Kevin's pick that I want to hear and get entertained and laugh by. Man pretends to get hit by Tesla.
Oh yeah, that's the good one. You guys didn't see that?
I didn't see it.
You guys still didn't watch that? Niggas still
it.
didn't watch that? Oh, that is the ghettoest shit on a fucking piece of tech. He laid down behind the car and the camera was like this. And it just shows the nigga laid down. He's like, oh, you hit me, man. Like, nigga, I watched you the whole way. Like, you literally recorded. Oh, I love it. Niggas will nigga no matter what.
It's the come up.
People gonna try to come up no matter what it takes.
It's the come up.
So mad because it was a black dude. I was like, oh, come on, man.
I'm pretty sure all he thought was, this motherfucker drives a Tesla. I can get some money out of this, and didn't think that the car would be recording the whole fucking time. You know why that Tesla's so expensive? Like it recorded you the whole time.
Nah, it's hilarious to me because most Tesla owners I know, they're in debt for that car, so they ain't even got no money.
So they just like, yeah, I hit you, but you want the Tesla?
Right.
I'll give you the car. Or I can sell you the car and give you half.
One of the people I know that has a Tesla said that it's expensive. You have to have the money to have a Tesla. So it's with the installation of the charging station in your house and all that. It's you gotta be. It's an expensive upkeep. It ain't just the car.
Can't lease the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
What a waste.
With the G-Wagon?
A waste.
Oh, I found somebody that I fucking hate that car.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it.
No one with a G-Wagon is driving it off road. Yet they put these big ass tires on it. You're not a Jeep. You're a Mercedes just trying to look like a Jeep. And no, it's not an SUV. It's not an SUV. It's not a truck. You can't put nothing behind. I've never seen. No one's gonna get a hitch and tow anything with a G-Wagon. The car's pointless. It's pointless.
It's a flex.
It looks like they put tires on a dumpster. Oh, I'll show you this nigga.
Did they show his face when he realized he was being recorded?
No, this nigga pulled his ID out. Like, he knew he was being recorded. This is me. This is my address. You're like, so you know you're being recorded.
That's a dance.
It's almost like the Chris. I'll take $250 and pack it up. Oh, I saw that. I was like, that's a shame. But thank you for doing that, sir.
So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and transition into Trucker Story.
Trucker Story.
Maurice Gill.
Oh yes. Oh, no, don't say that. That's not the name. It's Big Rick Niggs. Is it Big Rick?
I thought we retitled that shit.
No, our white friends can't say that.
You can't say it. You can
they just refer to us.
It.
This is Big Rig. Andy, can you could you finish this for me? For our white friends, it's Trucker Stories.
Trucker Stories.
Man, I got a lot of crazy stories. If I can think of something off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head?
Yeah, off the top of my head. Well, here's the one. Last Christmas season, as you guys know, Christmas season is a busy season, and I worked
for us.
I work for Big Brown. Okay, they can't fire me. I don't give a fuck. I work for Big Brown, and a lot of customers who normally don't receive big truck pickups require them during Christmas season because of the massive volume they're shipping out. And I was at a certain establishment, which I now no longer will even walk into one because of it. And I was informed by the supervisor that I was the laziest driver ever. And I quickly had to inform her that doing what you asked me to do is not in my job classification. And Stutter will confirm this about me is I love letting people know who I work for.
Oh,
and I will tell you
what he won't do in a heartbeat.
And I will tell them. And I will tell them I don't work for you.
That's good.
And I'm gonna be paid regardless whether or not this is on this truck or not. So you do what's in your best interest. And it just so happened a couple of days after I was at the same store, different building, different location, and a Karen called attitude with me, called me everything but nigger.
Yep.
And so I drove the fuck off. They did not get picked up that day. I just left.
I thought you.
I left.
Damn.
I left. I said, you'll figure it out.
The further elaborate on
like
the story, the first store that shall not be named, the first supervisor he came across, he had been there multiple times, and the lady was super nice. They talked back and forth. It was a real polite thing, and I knew this because I would overhear it because we talked on our headsets. So that same day that he's referring to that she called him the lazy, he was sitting there waiting. He was like just chilling, waiting for her to finish up the load. And then out of nowhere, I heard, "You're the lazy driver." He said, "Excuse me?" I said, "Wait a minute, Maurice. Did she just?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Damn, where'd that come from?" So it was a transition from.
And part of my favorite part of my job is when people when they ask for my name. So I give them my name because they're not going to spell it correctly anyway. But then I also tell them, you're wasting your time. It's going to amount to nothing. I said, at most, you're going to do me a favor and I'll never have to come back here again. But you're going to be mad for the rest of the day and probably tomorrow. And I'm going to laugh about it tomorrow.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, telling people who I work for is probably a pastime of mine at this point.
Yeah, I hear it quite frequently. Talking to him on the phone, I do hear it quite frequently, even last week.
On Thursday, I don't work for you. I don't work for you. I don't care. I don't have to do. I told the security guard on Thursday, I don't have to do what you're telling me to do because I don't work for you, and what you're asking me to do is unsafe, so I won't do it. So I'm gonna sit here, and we'll wait this out, and I guarantee you I'll win. And I did.
Yeah, I mean, people ask you to do off the wall shit.
Oh, sometimes
Not even off the wall
over
shit.
here.
It's not even off the wall shit. It's just things that simply put, anyone could do it, but they're making it seem like he has to do it because their side is saying we're not going to do it. You have to do it. Stuff like that.
Also,
like opening a door.
All you have to do is drop. Yeah.
Opening the door. We're not going to do it. You have to get out and do it. Why does he have to get out and do it?
And I'm big on tones. Once you take a certain tone with me, it's a no. Jesus himself could fly down from the heavens and ask. It's a no.
Damn, really? Damn.
It's a no.
Jesus, you can look. What about Prince?
I'm not in this one.
I can't. Okay, damn, not Prince. You heard what Jamie said about Prince's eyes?
I feel like if Prince get it, would you mind coming out and open the door?
By yourself, player.
Absolutely, Prince.
Yeah, but I mean, it's happened to me multiple times, you know. And then I try to explain to people, hey, I get it. You're used to your door-to-door driver where they hustle and bustle everything. But you see this 18-foot truck? My job is to move this, and only this.
Not the shit inside. That's on you.
Yeah, it is true that they expect us willing the 18-wheelers to act like the local package car guy who's doing 180 stops and running everywhere he goes to try to hurry up. We don't do that. That's not what
I mean, it's not even just that. It's also the other freight companies that
the
freight. But we're different.
They're freight. We're not even freight. Like we just move trailer. That freight is packaged on a bigger scale. Like they do the same thing a package person does, but in a trailer. So, with the trailer attached, rather.
Sutter can attest to this. Most of my customers, they either love me or they hate me. There's nothing.
Most of them, if they piss them off, it's a done deal.
Right. And it's not even a 3 strikes thing. It's like once you strike out the first time, 1 strike, okay.
Damn, nigga, that's not even a game. You can't even get ahead. Not even a foul tip. Hey, here's something funny though. When you said you would tell people what they won't do, this is some racist shit that we did in the Navy. Somebody made a black qualification card. So you had to sign for anything you had to do. You had to qualify to do it. And you had to do things to show that you know what you were doing. So to be black, qualification card, and one of them was you were going to tell people what you ain't going to do. I was like, racist motherfuckers. But you're right.
You're right. They're true.
I ain't going to do that.
Do that shit all the time. And the only time I say what I ain't gonna do, and that should be nothing but smoke, is when I'm talking to my wife. She'd be like, okay. And I'm like, I'm gonna go do that right now.
I already know it's a done deal.
Go do this right now.
If she's stabbing,
I can't. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. This is a public platform.
I'm not crossing that shit.
What's my aunt say? Only thing I have to do is stay black and die.
Moving on. It is now questions we have for Mo.
Oh man, questions for Mo.
He's on the spot this week. Apparently, I'm next week. So
yes. I got 20 questions for you.
20 for me.
Yeah.
Why don't you just add one more? And then
I was gonna ask the one. And then it'll be 21. Who are we gonna start out with?
Who wants to ask their questions first?
I'll just go. I got mine out. Fuck it. Let me start with these. How did you study meat? Was it at work or was it before?
We worked in a learning environment, trying to better ourselves for the betterment of our family.
Was the trucks like the?
It was training. It was training for small package.
Also, like back then.
Like 6-7 years ago. So, I don't know. I'm
2015.
terrible with time. I'm terrible with time.
6 years ago. 2015.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Okay. I was just curious so the people could know too.
Yeah, we're the only 2 people taking it seriously. You can tell that we had a mission.
Mm-hmm. And
Chris King as well. Shout out to Chris King.
Yeah.
He drives trucks too?
No, he retired from UPS.
Oh. Nice. Well,
he had an
congratulations.
He had an untimely retirement. So I wish him the best. Hope he's in good health.
Oh, that was one of those. Okay. I'll get well. Let me ask you this: what drew you to the podcasting? Because I remember when we were ready, like, hey, I got this dude right here, and I was like, well, let's get this nigga here. What made you want to do it?
Stutter had been talking about the pod for at least a year or two. He's like, man, we used to do it. We did a couple episodes already. I think you and Kevin be a good fit. You guys hit it off. And in true Stutter fashion, when he wants something, he's persistent. He talked me down. I'm mostly a private person. He talked me down.
Okay. So you have reservations getting out there like that.
Yeah.
All right, now let's do one of these. What are your 3 keys to happiness?
Well, that's simple. Sleep, orgasm, and eat.
Hey, can't be mad doing no.
I've never seen. I've seen some people eat angry because it wasn't what they wanted to eat. So, if I do those, I'm having a good day. I'm doing those three.
Oh yeah. If you do all three of those in the day, you're not upset.
It's not a bad day. It's actually going pretty well.
What was it? So you already answered that pretty much. Let me ask you this about. I don't know why I keep saying. Let me ask you this because I'm asking you fucking questions. No shit. What would you consider for this podcast to be a success?
Like what benchmark?
Yeah, like what do you think could make this be? What do you see this going? I guess. What do you see for this heavyweights podcast?
I think the heavyweights can. I think we're gonna grow. I think we're gonna be nationally known. I mean, I am encouraged by the response on the Facebook page so far. How many people we've got to actually follow and like. Now, if you would please interact, we would appreciate that. If you're watching this on Facebook. Right. Yeah.
Hey, why are you talking like the Amherst College dude?
You ain't doing shit in your life. Yeah, but when you're in college, you ain't doing shit.
Like, subscribe.
You're looking at me. You ain't doing shit.
Comment.
What you do something with yourself? You ain't doing nothing with yourself. Do something with yourself.
You're sitting there masturbating anyway. Might as well be.
Come to Everest. Yeah, man. But I mean, I think sky's the limit. I think as far as the pod go, I feel like we have a good nucleus. I think we all mesh well, and true to Studder's insight, I think we this is something that can be strong.
Let me do think. Let me think. I gotta come up with something. I didn't have 5. I did 4. I'm a stupid ass.
Hats off to me because I'm a genius. I saw this all working out. I told you guys we work well together.
He was right. He was right.
This is one time stamp he gonna keep.
I'm just saying. I saw this. I envisioned this.
I'm telling you right now, when we're on like episode 200 and we have like video playback, he gonna play back this part all the time.
I'm just saying.
I was right. I'm the genius.
It works. It works. You know. Can I say toot? You know. Fuck.
Hey, no. He said toot. My last question: grits or cream of wheat?
Damn.
Cream of wheat. I'm not a grits guy. But here's the thing: I don't need a lot of sugar in my cream of wheat, but I do need butter on my toast. You know what I mean? I need a little bit of sweet, not a lot. I need the butter on the toast, and I only want 2 pieces of toast. If it takes more than 2 pieces of toast, I'm done.
Nigga, did you channel Rapper's Delight?
What? I just
Fuck. I gotta stop this shit. Fuck. I'm gonna get one in there.
All right. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
That's fine.
What
What
you
about
got,
you, Keith?
Let's start with some not so heavy.
But we're the heavyweights.
There's this meme going around the internet currently. Would you take $500K or have dinner with Jay-Z?
I'm taking the dinner every time.
You said the dinner?
Every time.
Because of the knowledge you'll drop, huh?
Knowledge.
Yeah, what if he didn't? What if he looked at you and said,
Right.
Hey, nigga, here's my knowledge. Should have took the 500K.
He pull out the cigar. I don't know you niggas. Just-
Right.
I mean, in that situation, it'd have to be, it'd be set that we would
I'd be
conversate,
hot.
we'd conversate
be-
somewhat,
I'd be hot if
I mean-
I had the choice, and then nigga didn't say one word at dinner. I was like,
No,
I'm
like the
walking away for 500,000.
like the giveaway is it's 500K or dinner with Jay-Z. Like that's.
But you know what?
It.
You know what though? I'm not big on monetary, so I take the risk because like my grandmother always told me, you can't miss what you never had.
I never had 500K like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You never had.
Like, hey, Blue, pass me the soy sauce.
Because the way I see it is that the upside of the dinner is there's more potential there, because what if we have a common interest? Maybe he starts liking the pod or whatever, we blow up, and now that 500K is now 500 million.
I hear what you're saying, and I know you're trying to be deep. But
you want the
there's
money?
a lot of what ifs.
There's a lot of money.
That's a guaranteed 500,000
Right.
over.
But
him
everything
looking over at you and going, nigga, you gotta pay for these.
everything in life is a what if. Everything in life is a what if.
I'm
Life is
just
a what
saying. I'm just saying. The knowledge you drop some music, nigga, you paid $9.99. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's looking at you going, let me give this.
First-hand experience, first-hand experience. It's just like the classic saying: you teach a man how to fish, you give a man a fish. Same dilemma.
Well, with 500,000, I'll be fishing quite far.
right. I'll just go buy a fishing pole.
Shit, out here you might be mortgage free. That's what
No, the point is it's something that it's a
substantial.
To
I
me,
get it.
I take the 500,000, keep that in savings, and still do the podcast, and then meet Jay later.
Okay.
Juked it.
Okay.
Knowledge.
Ooh.
Knowledge.
All right.
Yeah, I was just interested on.
You always be get questions.
Let's see.
And
You
that
actually
one
kind
wasn't
of
that
answered
wasn't a heavy one.
kind of answered the second one I had, because it was gonna be like, are you one of those that do you save? Are you financially stable, or are you kind of one of those that money comes, money goes?
I'm a little bit of both. I'm stable, but I spend it. I keep enough to make sure we can maintain if something happens. But I also believe you can't attract money if you keep your hand closed. So I spend it. I like nice things, but I don't flex it. I keep my door closed in my house, but if you're able to see inside, you see it's nice in here.
That's a flex.
Oh.
I was actually thinking the same thing. I just wasn't gonna say it. I just wasn't gonna say it.
Nice things.
I guess that question kind of leads into the next one. It's pretty much the same question I asked Kevin. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about October. 5 years, I would like to have a little bit more saved up. Possibly another kid if that's in the works, if that happens. Just honestly, in 5 years, I would just like to be healthy and able to maintain and spend time with the family and with my friends and people I love. Yeah. I take a very simple approach to life.
So the baby's running.
We have kids on this podcast that may have to. So
it just adds to the ambiance.
Yes, it doesn't bother us, so it shouldn't bother you. And if it does bother you, we apologize, but we will keep talking anyway. Thank you.
It just adds to the ambiance. This is real niggas.
Trying to think of a good last question.
Where you going deep?
He had to keep David's voice.
Or she gonna be like peanuts or
Because I mean, honestly, Kevin kind of stole one of the questions I was going to ask. But
grits or cream of wheat? Damn. Make it fun. Fuck it. Motherfuck it. Had your black ass at pre-production instead of Dungeons and Dragons.
hey, I mean, I could have been there and still not had my questions.
3 times you had me laughing like a motherfucker today. Fucking coughing up a lung and shit. Got me laughing.
I'm sweating, man.
I'll just keep it simple. When the world finally settles down, where's like the first major place you would want to travel to?
Like that.
Well, hopefully by then I have my my truck and I'm gonna get a trailer. And, yeah, I'm gonna get a trailer and we're gonna take a road trip. Thinking Grand Canyon, swing through Utah, maybe see a little bit of Montana, go over a little, double back to Yellowstone. Come on.
Trying to get you to commit. So
I've already committed. It's going.
All right.
What? Huh? What? To get to a what?
Go ahead, tell him.
What happened?
He wants to know what are you getting?
Oh, the F-150 Lightning.
To tow around.
You know what?
Oh, the electric one?
I think that's it for the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it for the podcast.
Oh, you a Chevy dude?
I am a Chevy guy.
Actually, I am. But
all right.
But I'll take a Mopar.
Like
I'll take a Mopar too.
Clean energy. You don't like clean energy?
No.
You don't like Earth, nigga?
Nah.
Fucking Kevin's gonna morph into Captain Planet.
Right. I mean, I'll get there eventually.
The Don Cheadle version. Turn all the niggas into trees.
I'll get there eventually when the cars don't cost so damn much, and I can actually do stuff with them.
You know what? The way I look at it is that with the money you save on maintenance, to me it equals out. Because I literally have a 7-mile commute, so it's not going to be taxing on me at all.
I co-sign it. I think that's a good look for you.
It's not going to be taxing on me. And on top of that, I can hide bodies in the front and the back.
Invest in Rivian. If you can, invest in Rivian. That's the company that is making the batteries and all that.
Yeah.
They're about to go public. Fun fact.
Okay.
What's the company?
Rivian.
And we give stock tips on the heavyweight count.
Hey, I'm not a stockbroker, so if you lose some money, you better not come after me.
But if any of you motherfuckers get rich, we want our cut.
Yeah.
All right, Stutter.
Yo, go.
All right. This is a 2-parter question.
Oh man. So it counts as 2 questions.
No. Since I've known you, as long as I've known you, there are 2 things that you always talk about. So my question now is in curiosity. If you could be another height, what would you be? And if you could have any other hairstyle, what would it be?
This is easy to me. Okay. So my brother is 6'1", nigga. So I got to be at least 6'3", because I'm tired of this nigga looking down at me. That's number 1. Okay. Matter of fact, if I was 6'1.5" to 6'3", I'd be happy. I don't need to be like 7 foot, but 6'1" to 6'3", I'm happy. And I'm rocking right now. I'm rocking a Gumby, nigga, all day. It's been so long since I had hair. I'm rocking the Gumby, just
Bobby Brown, huh?
Just to show off. Like, nigga, you see my locks, nigga. This shit is beautiful. You see this shit? It'd be the wife would probably maybe cut off the next day, but one day I'd have a Gumby.
Question number 2. I know we can't say names. but I'm just curious. I'm sure I know the answer, but I'm just curious. If you could slap the soul out of a coworker, who would it be, day or night? You don't have to say no name. Just let me know if it's a day person or a night person, and I know who you're talking about, whichever way it goes.
Can it be like more than one? Because I got a list.
If you want to say the names, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say not on the subscribe list. Names.
I don't say names.
Can I do like a management and a non-management personnel?
Yeah, this is management.
Oh, management. Oh, you already know.
Who?
You know, pencil face.
Who is it? What's their name?
Pencil face. I don't know.
I want to find them on Facebook.
I don't know his last name, but
don't do that.
I'm messing with you. Don't do that.
I don't know his last name, but he already knows that I can't stand his ass. And if I wouldn't lose my job, I would have knocked his ass out 3 years ago. His name is Josh. I don't give a fuck if he listens. I don't care I don't give a fuck if I'm in HR on Monday. I didn't touch him, but if I ever catch this nigga slipping, it's like, fuck you for all the times you tried to fuck me over. If I ever see you in real life, nigga, it's a problem.
Now you get in HR on Tuesday because this comes out on Monday.
Ass Mercedes you drive, it's white with them fake ass rims. If I catch you slipping, I'm beating your ass, nigga. On site.
But Wednesday, he's like, I heard your little podcast.
Fuck. All right. This is a question.
Non-management. It would be the guy that confronted me at the airport. I won't say his name.
That nigga's with
the guy that told you that your tractor was parked unsafely.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd fucking
knowing him, he might listen to this podcast just to be a troll.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, trolls
I'm sure he knows who you're talking about if he hears it.
What's up?
He won't say that.
Tell the trolls. Well, I'll troll the trolls.
Look, I don't care about trolls because if you're not man enough to say it to my face, you a bitch. Anything I got to say about you, I've said it to your face, and I have no problem repeating it to your face.
We're pretty witty, so you gotta flip it on them where they just feel dumb. Like maybe I shouldn't have started this.
So this is a question. I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I figured I'd ask it. Since you've actually had COVID, you feel like the time that you thought you had COVID a couple of Christmases ago, do you feel like you had it then when you thought you did?
I do.
Like, hey man,
we know that you had COVID. Well, now everyone does. Yeah.
Well, you talked about it like 2 podcasts ago.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Because if you remember 2 podcasts ago, I had the Delta. You know.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was
curious. I feel like you know a couple of Christmases ago I had the regular shit, and then
now you have the upgraded.
Yeah.
You had 19 and Delta.
I
was just curious. Okay.
Although the last one, the symptoms, like I had the cough. So I had the vomiting, the cough, the fever. That only lasted a couple of days, but the cough lasted like a month and a half. So I had some form of. Yeah, I believe it.
I was about to say something about Pepto-Bismol, but all right, the next one. This is a personal question for me. Nigga, when will I get these brisket fries?
Oh, you bitch making brisket.
Well,
now it's not just you anymore. Shit,
well,
nigga, what's up? Hey, what's up, man?
The answer to that would be it's simple. Whenever I got money for brisket. So if you pop up with a brisket,
you done. You fucked up. You done fucked up. I'm getting fries now. I'm popping up with a brisket.
So if you pop up with a brisket and you say, hey nigga, I got this brisket. I mean, okay, fuck it, let's light it up.
Well, it's been said on the podcast, so it has to now happen.
Yeah, I don't smoke drugs. I only smoke meats.
I know we gotta fuck with each other on that. We gotta fuck with each other.
Yeah, I should
I'm gonna let you know my family's from Texas, so I'm a judge heavily.
I don't give a damn about that non-flavored Texas barbecue sauce.
Bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans.
Excuse me?
God damn.
I don't know which one he's offended by.
Well, I don't care about the Cowboys, but don't talk about the barbecue though.
These motherfuckers add pepper.
Barbecue keep getting referenced. That barbecue sauce.
All right.
Sounds like we have to have a good old-fashioned cook-off. Nobody
Put
loses.
it on here in TikTok.
Nigga, we'll be asleep the whole time. We'll just be.
Yeah, because if you show with a brisket anything over 6 pounds, that shit gonna take 3 days. That shit gonna take a minute. Even the 6 pound one might take 8 hours if you cook it right. Shit, it's gonna take a minute.
Last question. This is serious. You gotta do it though.
What?
Bit of freestyle for my birthday.
Okay, your birthday's next week, so hit me next week.
You can spit. You can spit it today though.
Said you got time.
Get questions.
I don't get time to write.
I don't get time to prepare.
No, it's a freestyle, nigga.
Off the top.
So look, here's what
you talking about. They write all the time when they freestyle. Isn't that how that goes now?
Like, hey, can we get Mo to spit a 60? Right, you gotta go. He said, you gotta do it.
I mean, I'm not a rapper. I mean,
you don't have to be a rapper. I just want to hear it. You always say, "I'm about to spit these bars." Now you got a mic in front of you with a pop filter.
I just be talking shit.
You got a good vibes hat on. You nigga, you look like a rapper. I mean, you look like a rap nigga. I mean,
did you ask that as a question or did you just say?
There was no question there.
It's in question format.
It bars, nigga.
So it means it's a question because it's in question format.
You did it like Jeopardy. What is your best 8?
Let's see.
What are you doing? You hoping it?
I don't know. I don't. Shit, this is gonna be terrible. He's trying to embarrass me. Let's see.
I'm not trying to embarrass
hot sauce and lip gloss.
Kevin, he wants to hear you rap too.
Let's see.
Let me hear you rap all week.
Let me tell you something. I tried to get this off, and I remember this, and I tried it so many times, so many different freestyles, and I just realized motherfuckers like, hey man, that's just trash. Shut the fuck up. Stop saying it. I kept saying on these tracks, I make records like you sing both, and then like everybody's like, oh, okay, all right, cool, nigga. Like, why you keep emphasizing that? Shut the fuck up. Oh, you didn't hear that? Like, okay.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Good. We're gonna say good vibes only. Anything less is what rhymes with vibe.
This is not a 16. What are you doing? This is not 8. This is This is spoken word.
I mean, I'm not a rap. I can't. I'm mine is blank. I'm one of those people when you say, "Hey, do this right now," I'll be like, "What?" Huh?
Oh, it put you out there.
Yeah.
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, I can't do that. Now you give me like a week to write something, you know. I might be.
I like that.
I heard you need a beat. I heard you just need a beat.
Oh, it sounds like he got a beat ready.
Yeah, it sounds like he thought this through. I can't even. Wait, what?
Let's see if I can.
Am I sad?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right, let's see. Okay. Fresh off the dome, potting from inside my home. Said I want me to bars. Oh, shit, I fucked up. Okay. Fresh off the dome, potting from inside my home. So that requested these bars, that nigga won't leave me alone. These bars. I'm not the rapper. I'm not a spitter. I just yell at my wife until she make dinner. I don't.
Hey,
that's all I need. Bars.
Keith, flag that.
Right.
Right. Bars.
Still want some of them brisket fries, so flag that.
That shit does sound amazing, though. I mean, you know, but a little. I need some jalapenos on mine, dog. I like my shit spicy.
I got a big ass jar of jalapenos. We'll bring all that.
We're gonna be up all night, like Beyonce.
That would be a fun pod, though. And what y'all doing? We're smoking meats.
Potting live from the backyard.
Real quick, we're gonna end this with. Before we get into this, I'm gonna end this with saying that near your house, Maurice, Fire Station 99 near Morrison Park has a beam for 9/11 just in case. You want to look out that way. There's a
That's
for the
actually like
for 9/11.
that's like I can literally see that from my
I know.
yeah. That's all I was like, yeah.
But now we're gonna finish today or tonight with TikToks of the week. Who wants to roll in with their favorite their TikTok? Of the week?
My favorite TikTok of this week. I don't remember the user, but he bugs his wife all the time, and so he walks to his wife's in the kitchen. She's cooking, and she says, "Honey," she says, "Have I ever told you I like your cooking?" She says, "No." He looks at her dead in the face and says, "Well, why are you still cooking?" And walks off. I laughed. Laughed hilariously.
He's also
he likes playing with fire. Apparently.
Yep. He popped up on him. Then the video cut out, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
he's gone.
yeah. Oh yeah.
This is his last video.
Yeah. I tried to find it so I can play it, but you know,
I don't think I have
limited.
I don't have a TikTok of the week. I was on live on my gap tooth voyage, and I was looking for someone with a gap tooth, and I found one. And I complimented, say like, "Hey, gap tooth gang, we got to unite. Smile bright, girl." And then she blocks me, which leads me to believe she didn't realize her gap was. I just broke some news to her. All her friends suck.
This just in.
It's more of a TikTok story. I was like, I got blocked for saying "Gap Tooth Gang." Like, I didn't say, "Can you whistle through it?" Damn.
That's crazy. What you got, Stutter? Oh.
He's like, "Nigga, I don't go on TikTok."
I don't.
What's a TikTok? What a clock does?
Right. Nah,
I think
I'm one of the few that don't partake.
Okay, then mine's is Flyest Comedy. He has a video where he uses a rock song and he knocks on the door, and it's referencing him saying, "Oh, when she tells you her boyfriend put hands on her and you're the brother and you go knock on his door with a gun." I thought it was funny.
What's the
some
name?
hood shit with some rock shit. Flyest Comedy. So FLYEST Comedy.
Okay, Flyers. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Do we not end on stutterism still, though?
Yeah, we can end with stutterism. What I learned this week, so I guess these would be on the fly. But I learned this week was...
That's why they call you McFly.
Bars. See, those are bars. See? You got them.
This is true.
I got zingers.
No matter how difficult a situation may be, even when it feels like you can't see the light, just always remember, you woke up today.
It's part of the battle.
And today is the rest of your life. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Also, take the small victories and push those to the bigger goals at hand. And no matter what they say about you, like my friends here point out, if they can't say it to your face, fuck them.
Beautiful quality. Say it to my face.
With that being said, gentlemen, this has been episode 12 of the Heavyweight Podcast with Stutter McFly and these three guys.
Kevin Wendell.
Mo.
Heath, the technician.
We wish you a great rest of your weekend or week. Rest in peace and shout out to all the people 9/11. Again, I said, Heavyweight Podcast, we're out. Everybody wish you the best. Peace. Much love.
Peace.
Good night.